YouTube. Dun, 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 dun. So let's talk about what really happened in this game right here. So the score was 42-38. Dolphins win. Ravens gave up a 28-7 lead at half, and they scored every quarter. Now the Dolphins didn't score every quarter, but what the Dolphins did that the Ravens didn't do was have the highest scoring quarter. The Ravens had 21 points in the second, but the Dolphins had 28 in the fourth quarter, and the Ravens only put up 3 points in the fourth quarter. Tua Tagovailoa, 36 for 50. Okay, that's way above average. He threw 469 yards, 6 touchdowns. He threw 6 touchdowns and only 2 picks. Lamar Jackson threw 3 touchdowns, 21 for 29, no picks, and he still lost. Lamar Jackson he threw for 318 and rushed for 119 yards. His biggest run was for 72 or 78 yards. Tua Tagovailoa only rushed for 1 yard. Tyreek Hill was the story of this game. So was Jalen Waddle, but Tyreek Hill had 190 yards on 11 receptions. Waddle had the same amount of receptions, but only 171 yards. And don't hone in too much on that only, because 171 yards, still 15 yards a catch. Tyreek Hill had 17 yards a catch, and they both had 2 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson's receivers, Mark Andrews had 9 receptions for 104 yards, coming at 11 yards a catch. Rashard Bateman had 108 yards on only 4 receptions, which is 27 yards a catch. Is insane. Lamar Jackson is a good passer. I used to think he wasn't a good passer, but he's coming on as a passer. So the Dolphins had no picks, but the Ravens, Marcus Williams, their pickup in the offseason from the Saints, had 7 tackles and 2 picks. That is insane. Marlon Humphrey only had 4 tackles. Marcus Speeder had 3 tackles. Kenyon Drake only had 8 yards, which is horrible. Running back with 8 yards. Chase Edmonds had a big run. He only had 1 big run for like 20-something yards. Mike Gesicki had a touchdown on an amazing pass from Tua Tagovailoa. He threw the ball basically at the, what is that called? The goal post. And Mike Gesicki has a 40-inch vertical, which is insane. He should have played basketball. Basically what that means. Cedric Wilson had no receptions, 0 catches, 0 yards. He had zeros across the boards. Miami didn't have a sack either, which is insane. So Lamar Jackson didn't get sacked and did not throw an interception, but he still lost. Also, the other game of the week was the Bengals and Cowboys. Joe Burrow to 24 for 36, only 199 yards, 1 touchdown, no pick. Joe Mixon only had 57 rushing yards, 3 yards a carry. Jamar Chase didn't score a touchdown in this game, which is very rare. He only had 54 yards. T. Higgins did score 6 receptions on 71 yards. Chase still averaged 10 yards a catch. Higgins did 11. Tyler Boyd only targeted 2 times. Only had 2 receptions for 17 yards. That is insane. Now let's get on to Cooper Rush. 19 for 31, 235 yards, 1 touchdown, no pick. Ezekiel Elliott, 3.5 a carry, 53 yards. Tony Pollard, 4.8 a carry. Noah Brown was the receiver of the game. 5 receptions for 91 yards, 18.2 a catch, and a touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, 7 receptions for 75 yards, 10.7 a catch. So in this game, it was a very low-scoring game. Obviously, the Bengals are 0-2. They've lost to a defensive opponent, and then they just didn't have enough offense in the second game. They lost to the Dallas Cowboys, getting their first win of the season. Cooper Rush is undefeated when he starts. Joe Burrow is just in a slump, but I'm predicting that next game Joe Burrow will throw for 330-plus yards guaranteed. Also, Cooper Rush for 2 yards. And that's all I got for the 2 best games from week 2 in the NFL. Like, comment, subscribe for more. And I'm out, bruh. Subscribe.